Welcome back to Varia Research. Today we're going to look at RSS feeds and how you can leverage them to improve and really utilize the media monitoring capabilities of Varia Research. As you know, when you create a feed, you have two options. You can either create a Varia feed, which is based on our growing news catalog of sources from around the globe, currently around 380 to 400 news sources that we monitor globally. But you can also add RSS feeds, which means whatever RSS feed and source you have, you can add it and also observe it then in Varia Research. For this example, we're going to add the BBC Politics RSS feed. For that, we only need to copy the source where the XML is coming from and where the feed content is coming from. So we copy that. We head back over to Varia Research. We create feed, select RSS, give it the appropriate name. In that case, BBC Politics, and we paste the URL that we have just copied. See on the right already in the preview that all the content is being loaded properly. Should that not be the case, obviously you might have copied in the wrong URL or something else by the provider might be wrong. Once this looks good, we hit create and the new feed is appearing as a first position. So now we have 3 feeds in that example where we can scroll through all the content that is coming in through that RSS feed. We can add it to a dossier. We can also add it to the interim storage. The moment you do that, of course, all the content is also processed by our natural language processing engine, which means also recommendations, a summary, and sentiment information for this content will be available as of this point. The second use case of RSS feeds that I wanted to highlight here is adding Google Alerts. So many of you are probably familiar with Google Alerts and are using them to track your topics. You can also add Google Alerts as RSS feeds to Varia Research. So let's just do that as an example. Let's do a new Google Alert, which you obviously can all create on alerts.google.com. In that case, for the James Webb Telescope, which has just revealed its first images. And you see Google is obviously finding a lot of content on that as well. You can, as you know, customize those alerts to whatever form you want. Once I have created the alert, I need to first specify in the options to not deliver this as an email to myself, but instead to provide an RSS feed. Once I do that, I can hit refresh and this RSS icon will appear. So I can also open that in a new tab to then retrieve also the URL where this is coming from. This sometimes takes a while by Google to really establish, but once this is loading properly as it is here, you can also copy the URL, go back to Varia Research, again, create an RSS feed, James Webb Telescope, Google Alert, in that case, paste in the source, and you see all the content flowing in. This can be very handy if you have multiple Google Alerts running in parallel. So instead of them spamming in your inbox on an hourly or daily basis, you can just hit or add them one next to the other in Varia Research and just observe them in an easy and calm manner and really never lose track of all your topics and never lose any new input coming in or source that you might be interested to research further and to add to one of your dossiers, of course. So yeah, that was that. And let's continue with another tutorial in another video. Until then.